everybody. Lord Vishnu comes into earth with different avatars. There were 10 critical ones. Today we hear specifically for Lord Ram. Lord Ram is the seventh avatar of Lord Vishnu, son of King Dashratha and Kaushalya, husband to Sita, the avatar of Lakshmi, and the brother of Lakshman, Bharata, and Shatrughna. So we're here today for Ramnavmi. Before today, actually, while I was researching, I didn't know what it was. So I'm going to maybe educate you guys a little bit. Ramnavmi is the birth date of Lord Ram. He was born, according to the Indian calendar, on the 9th day of the month of Chaitra. So when it comes to Lord Ram and his stories, there's a lot. There's numerous amount of stories. I could go on and on. But, I'm here for a specific purpose, but I will give you a few highlights. Lord Ram was exiled in exile for 14 years. His brother Bharat refused to actually take up the throne when he went to exile. And when he moved on and assumed his journey, Lakshman cut Surpanaga's nose when she actually attacked Sita. And then Shurpanaga is the sister of Ravan, who later abducts Sita ji. On this journey where Ram is looking for Sita ji, this is a very humbling story of Lord Ram where he meets a peasant woman, Shabari, and they have a very special interaction which showcases Lord Ram's other qualities as a human being. And then, of course, the big battle of good versus evil, where Lord Ram defeats Ravan, and that's why we celebrate Dasera. And finally, his return to Ayodhya after 14 years, which is why we celebrate Diwali. But today, like I said, there's a lot of stories about Ram. The focus is on his affection and his interaction with his devotees. The cast of characters for this particular story is Ahalya, who was created by Brahma, Lord Brahma. Her husband was Gautam Maharishi. And the so-called bad guy of the story is Indra. Lord Brahma, for Ahalya's marriage, decided there's going to be a contest. The first to circle the earth would actually get the hand of for Ahalya. So Indra decided, I'm going to enter this contest, and he jumped on his elephant Airavata and circled the earth. But Gautam Maharishi was a very smart man. According to Hindu Vedas, if someone actually circles a cow giving birth to a calf, it signifies circling the earth itself. So Gautam Maharishi actually did that, and hence, he ends up being the husband of Ahalya. But the story doesn't end there. Indra disguises himself as Gautam Maharishi and as a result has an affair with Ahalya. Gautam Maharishi, being the powerful saint he is cross. And now he pretty much devises curses on Indra and Ahalya. Ahalya gets turned to stone. Years passed. Lord Ram, on a day just like this, was born. Lord Ram, Vishwamitra, and Lakshman were traveling to Mithila for Sita Ji's Swayamvara ceremony. Vishwamitra recounts the tale about Ahalya. And during this journey to Mithila, he recounts that tale and he passes through that deserted ashram of Gautam Maharishi. In his path, when Ram was walking through this ashram, dust from his feet touched the stone that Ahalya was turned to, and she turns back into a woman. Lord Ram liberates Ahalya from the curse. But lost in all of this is Gautam Maharishi also gave a curse to his daughter. The daughter, she turned into a monkey. And her name was Anjana. Does anyone know who Anjana is and what is its relation to Lord Ram? Anyone? There you go, thank you. Of course, Lord Hanuman, the greatest devotee of Lord Ram. We know many of Lord Hanuman's tale when he, pretty much wreaked havoc in Lanka, when he was sent as a messenger for Lord Ram, when he pretty much carried a mountain, when he was only supposed to bring a herb for the cure of Lakshman. But this specific story really embodies what Hanuman was about. Hanuman, when Ram was actually back in Ayodhya and they were celebrating the return of Ram, he received a gift from Sita ji, a jewel, a necklace pretty much with precious stones. Lord Hanuman pretty much examines these stones and then decides, you know what, I don't think I don't really need these, and he kind of flings these away. Vibhishana, who was in the court of Lord Ram during that time, questions Hanuman's motives, and this is what happens.
इसलिए मैंने इस माला को तोड़ मरोड़ कर फेंक दिया।
तो आपके कहने का तात्पर्य यह है कि इस संसार में वो सभी वस्तुएं बेकार हैं जहां प्रभु श्री राम के दर्शन न हो।
यही सत्य है। आपको कोई संदेह है क्या?
यदि ऐसी बात है बजरंगबली, तो आप जिस शरीर को इतने प्रेम और गर्व से धारण किए हुए हैं, क्या इसमें भी प्रभु श्री राम बसते हैं? यदि नहीं, तो आपने इसे धारण क्यों किया हुआ?
ठीक कहा आपने। मेरे तो शरीर के रोम रोम में प्रभु श्री राम और सीता मैया बसते हैं। यदि आपको विश्वास ना हो तो मैं आपको अभी दिखा सकता हूं।
Wow. I've watched that video a few times. It still gives me goosebumps. So we move on from the story of how big of a devotee that Ram is. But, there's more stories that we can talk about how Hanuman is such a big devotee of Lord Ram. But whatever Hanuman does is under the protection of Sri Ram. Now, this particular instance, Lord Ram is, bidding adieu to the earth and assuming the body of Lord Vishnu again. And this is a very particularly poignant story where we showcase how Ram is still caring for all his devotees. So Lord Ram here, I remember these are the old serials which I used to watch when I was a kid. It's pretty much speaking to, how, when I was sitting at home with my extended family and my grandma, people were watching this, and I had no idea what was going on. But I saw my grandmother was having tears in her eyes. This is such a poignant part of the story where not a lot of people actually reflect on someone having had an interaction with the Lord himself, but now he releases from his human form, and he's now becoming Lord Vishnu himself. And another particularly poignant part about this video is the fact that he not only goes on, but then he also takes the entire kingdom of Ayodhya, the people of Ayodhya, with him and liberate them from this earth. And as he does, there's another story that Guru particularly showcased. One of where there was a dog that was actually disease-ridden. And along with people, humans of the earth, it was also animals that were liberated when this incident took place. And this particular disease-ridden dog, when he actually entered the river, this dog turned into a saint. And all the germs and the disease in his body turned into his disciples. So this saint who turned into a dog was pretty much reaping the karma that he had from previous lives. And all these saints, all these disciples were liberated, and so did the saint, just from a result of this incident. You can move on. At this point, obviously, you know, there's a lot to speak to when it comes to Hanuman and Anjana. And of course, Hanuman is considered one of the great disciples of Lord Ram, and is also an avatar of Shivji. But at the end of it all, the whole aspect of how much Ram takes care of his devotees is etched through the tale of all small instances during the course of Ramayana. Thank you so much. Jai Swaminarayan.